I thought this would be a good opportunity to sort of hear from you all about team rules. Do they exist? What are they? Is there a particular one that comes to mind when you think of your coach? Lauren, are there team rules that you just know you can't break?
Yeah, I mean, our team has a handbook full of rules, that we kind of go through at the beginning of the season and we go over that, but it's all kind of under this umbrella of the idea that you want to represent your school, you want to represent yourself, you want to represent your team in a way that is positive. You don't want to be breaking the rules, but you also want to be representing yourself in a way that you're happy with and that everyone else would be happy with. So our coach says, try to be the best women on campus. And that's one of our big team mottos, and I think that's kind of all-encompassing.
So if they're the best women on campus,
sorry, no offense, yeah.
What is the volleyball team doing, and how are your rules lining up?
We really just have one central rule to represent yourself in the university in the best way possible that's going to make you and your family and our coach proud at the end of the day. So whether that be academically, socially, or athletically, we're doing our best to be our best. There's definitely a sense of accountability, I would say, on our team, and the fact that we all have a standard GPA that we want to reach as a team. We all have a certain social outlook that we want people to see us as. So we're definitely aware of that, and we'll be like, hey, you were asleep in class today. Let's talk about that. Come on, kind of pull your weight sort of thing. So definitely all working towards the same goal, and it's been really successful for us thus far.
Coach, you're the rule book writer for your team, and talk a little bit about, is that a tough thing? Is it tough as a head coach to enforce rules? And do you have particular rules that you sort of focus on?
Well, like Lauren, we have our team handbook as well, and the freshmen have to go through this process every preseason, and each freshman has to read a segment of the handbook, and we find out who is literate and who's not on our team. The process is such that we have a responsibility to maintain the Duke standards, and those Duke standards are high on and off the field, in the classroom, conducting yourselves properly with referees, with opponents, with your teammates. So we all know that, and it is disappointing when things happen where you have to dismiss someone or give them some accountability, and it's not fun, but I always think of it as, in the long run, they'll learn from it, and it'll stand them in good stead when they go forward.
DJ, I know that we've seen you and the rest of the team picking up trash on campus. Coach Cutt, I know, has a rule that you pick up your trash,
right.
You leave the place better than you found it. Does he have any other kind of rules that sort of haunt you, that you sort of think about all the time, that you just hear his voice back there telling you what to do or not to do?
Be where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to do to the best of your ability. And, I mean, if you can do that, you'll stay out of trouble. With that, we have other little rules. He wants us to sit in the first 3 rows in class. Make sure you speak to your professor. Make sure they know you are.
Do you do that?
I do. Also, just as far as being on time for stuff, 5 minutes early is on time. If you're on time, you're late. Things like that. Just being prompt, being accountable for what you're supposed to do, like everyone else said. And that rule encompasses all of that.